I cannot get away from this cow that I keep seeing when I feel the energy behind your cards, Pisces. Your card is the Fool. So if this is about the Fool energy and the cow together, it would be about being lackadaisical, doing things kind of like one step at a time, right? Like a cow would do it, kind of meandering along, eating grass, or like a bull would do it, because I saw a cow and a bull. A bull just kind of plods along and slowly like plows the field. Now, I think that could be the theme for you guys coming up for this next couple weeks, is a sense of maybe just doing the grunt work, a little bit of grunt work, and a little bit of plodding, a little bit of plodding, like with whatever comes. Now, it's nothing in particular. The Fool tells me that this is just you kind of like dealing with whatever life throws at you. Now, I did actually hear one thing when I felt the energy behind your cards, which was the word shumbu, which means lead, which is, lead is like a heavy, in fact, the word shumbu actually means like a lead weight. So there's something, though, about trying to not be weighed down and trying to take everything in stride with the next couple of weeks. Let's see what else we have here. Wow, okay. So, because there's a lot to do, Ace of Wands. You need the energy. In fact, that's actually the way that you can feel enthusiastic, is by not really overthinking how much is on your plate. You're trying to just be like, okay, well, this day I'm going to plod this field a few meters, right? And with the King of Cups, it's kind of like, the King of Cups is potentially grouchy. You're trying not to be grouchy by taking things one day at a time, trying to do things one day at a time. You might have to take on this attitude this week, because maybe there's some things that are overwhelming if you were to try to kind of take it all in, the entirety of it all in. And so you have to kind of take things just one day at a time and deal with it and see what happens. Now, let's see what else there is here. Let's see if there's anything else. 8 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. Wow. There's a lack of ability to, you're trying not to take it personal. You're trying not to take it personal. That's 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. That you have to do these things. That you have to plod. Let's say you just have a job where your job is, it's a lot. Your job is just a lot of work, and you're trying to take it one day at a time. Or every day you're expected to do a lot. You're trying to take it 1 hour at a time. You're trying not to take it personally. Let's see if there's anything else. This is the last card here. Yeah, because whatever the situation is, even though it is a bit of grunt work, it is a bit of like drudgery kind of in a sense, because like the bull, plowing the field, it gives you an opportunity to use your skills. Page of Pentacles. You have the skills to do the job, so you're using your skills, even though they're not high-level skills. They're kind of physical skills. That's the Page of Pentacles, physical skills. Now, and again, that's what the cow does. The cow provides very physical benefits, right? Milk. The bull provides the plowing, which is like you're pulling the plow. So, but again, I think that this week you're trying not to take these things personal. You're trying to brush it off and just take it one step at a time. Let's pull Oracle cards, see if we can find out more for you Pisces here. Tell me more about the cow, the bull, the lead weight. I did see a sun briefly, so the sun is the sense of, trying to take things one day at a time, but also, trying to enjoy the moment, live in the moment, rather than overthink the future, overthink, the end of the day, the end of the week. When am I going to be done with this project, job, career, however, whatever the scale is, that we're talking about here. Tell me more about this. Okay, the mouth. What else? The mouth, the bridge, and Pisces. The mouth, the bridge, and Pisces. Who's on the bottom? The number 0. There ain't nobody to complain to. You're gonna be like, if you complain, you're yelling into the void. You might as well just do the job. In fact, you're just the person who would rather do the job than have to talk to people or deal with problems or figure out a way. You're the type of person who likes to just do it yourself. And I'm kind of seeing that too, is being like, well, you know what? I'm just going to deal with this as it comes, and I'm going to do it myself as it comes. Let's see what else there is here. The cave is complexity. Again, this is not an easy or simple, short term. This is like a complex situation, complex project, complex, not even complex, like many layered. So, even if it's drudgery, it's like you got to do one thing before you get to the next thing, before you get to the next thing, before you get to the next thing. And so there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth to it. You're trying not to get bogged down. You're trying not to get bogged down with the depth, with the minutia. You're not trying to have this hold you back. And I feel like I'm rambling. I might not keep this video. We'll see. Okay, let's pull advice. We'll see if we have any advice for you guys. I feel like this is coming out really general. Maybe you guys just need to hear a general message. Let's get any specific advice here. King of Wands reversed. Ugh, that's bad. King of Wands reversed is two things. It is somebody who's a fake, or somebody who's just not living up to their potential. So it's somebody who is who actually has to come up, who has to fake a persona because deep down they're completely insecure. Or like I said, it's somebody who's not living up to their potential. Of course, those are kind of almost very similar. Anyway, that's the King of Wands reversed. And with the 10 of Wands reversed, I think you don't want to have to deal with people like that. You'd rather, and the advice is to do the job yourself. It's like, it goes back to that saying, if you want a job done right, do it yourself. If you want the job done at all, do it yourself, because it seems like there are people who don't actually help with the job. You're better off doing it yourself. You're better off doing this whole thing by yourself. That's what it's seeming like. Yeah, look, 9 of Pentacles. That's doing something by yourself. King of Cups, even if it sucks. Even if you're like, yep, I'm by myself, everybody's off on break, and I'm the one stuck here doing this job. It's saying to just do it because it's not worth dealing with either this inauthentic boss or these coworkers who it's not worth dealing with the King of Wands reverse, whoever that is. And you can do it. A 6 of Wands. You can finish the job even if you have to take it one day at a time, even if it's like plowing the field and it takes you all summer. You can do it, and you don't need the help of this person who's not worth getting help from. You don't. In fact, you could probably just get some opinions, maybe check YouTube, Facebook, social media, 3 of Cups here, get some examples. You don't need this 3 of Wands muddling. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen, right? You're better off doing this by yourself. Okay, let's pull Oracle cards, see if we have anything else here regarding, because again, the lead weight. I think the King of Wands reverse is the lead weight. Somebody's a lead weight. Somebody weighs down the process. Like at your job, house, they're not worth including. All right. Anything else about this reading in terms of advice here for my Pisces, please? Anything else? Okay. Got a lot of cards. The Moon, Staff, Libra, 1 Aries, and Virgo. Wow, 1 in Aries, very similar energy, very selfish energy. And I think, again, we're talking about the King of Wands, the inauthentic person, or the person who's disingenuous, or the person who doesn't live up to their potential, or all 3. That person is showing up as Aries, the number 1, very selfish, and Virgo, very self-centered and selfish. Okay, so a few more cards here. I'll look at in a sec. So then employ the advice of the top 3 cards. Employ the advice of the top 3 cards, which is action. Doing yourself. The Staff. Libra with the Moon, because you get a sense of peace. Because at least you do the job. Maybe the job takes longer, but you have a sense of peace while you're doing it. You have a sense of harmony and tranquility while you're doing it. You don't have somebody who is, who's just annoying, obstructive, doesn't add anything in your way. It's like, what's that saying? Better off with, the saying is, no company's better than bad company. You guys know what I'm saying. Okay. Pisces, that was a tough reading. I feel like this was a complex, nuanced reading. Let me know what you guys thought, if that made sense for you. I probably will post it. I still think that it could be worth hearing for some people. So, anyway, thank you guys for sticking it through and staying until the very end if you did. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And check out Patreon below if you want to support my work. See you guys next time.